send forth our least good, to be sure.
Best avoid that trap.
Kill him, Vor. Merkel. Yergel. Any of you bastards are listening, just get this over with. My legs. I can't feel them. Tell the others. Let the boss know.
This man is not long for this world.
Stone Lord. He'll saw this. He'll get him.
You hear the blood gurgle in his struggling lungs. His last ounce of strength is spent.
As if we are a horde of dun-footed dwergar.
Decapitated, but still warm. That same ship was at Moonrise Towers, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like those two are about to fight.
On your command. Yes.
The guild owns this city.
For the Stone Lord. Tormentor!
Your command.
Take you. Dum vite est.
Tormentor!
Ready for battle.
Take you.
Tormentor!
Another step forward.
Fresh orders?
You did good, stranger. Someone had tried to slink away rather than get involved. They wouldn't earn the gratitude of the guild. The real criminals are the patriarchs, slapping each other on the back in Worm's Rock, while the people die in the streets. The guild keeps order and looks out for the little man. Of course! The guild always rewards good work. A new flavour of scum that's been muscling in on our business. Agents of the Stone Lord. He's a newcomer to our delightful underworld. And he doesn't play nice with others. We think the Stone Lord and his cronies are in league with the absolute cultists. This little operation here certainly suggests so. They were shifting something valuable by boat. But that something belongs to the guild now. Traitorous little gutter snipe! I'll cut you to offal!
I thirst for combat.
Take your...
I am fury. I am death. Make way. These boots have seen everything. My victims await. Right away.
Take you.
I am fury. I am death. No traps, please. Time to get going.
I'm ready.
Who's next?
At least things have stayed interesting. No time to rest.
I have battled. What is she capable of? And where will she strike next? Hells. It explains so much. Listen to me. I knew another like you. Gorion's ward. One of Baldur's Gate's great heroes. Baal's blood ran through their veins too. They burned away their own darkness with their own inner light. They chose courage. They chose honor. And so can you. Always good to talk, my friend. Sorry, but there's no room for me. Ready and willing.
Hi. It's me, Yenna. You remember me, right? I met you before, and, my mum hasn't come back yet. She might come later. I don't think she's coming. Could we maybe stay here?
I would rather share my camp with goblins again.
Yes! You've got a fire and everything. I can cook really good. Whatever you want. Thank you, thank you.
That foul shapeshifter Orin is like a scavenger beast, probing us for weaknesses. Do not let her shake your resolve. I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well, and Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves. You are a mortal child of Baal. Be careful with whom you share that fact. I hear many of your kind have met premature ends.
The urges are calling on you again, aren't they? I haven't seen you sleep through the night once in the past days. I knew you had some nasty habits, but I didn't want to pry over much, but bloody hells! A pulse-born. Probably more Baldurian parents scare their children with stories of your kind than mine. I thought your kind was extinct. Goes to show. You should always check your facts. So, how are you feeling? Keen to reconnect with your family? Or ready to throw yourself in an oubliette? Oh, gods. We're going to get into father this, progeny that all day and night, aren't we? You know, though I don't look a day over 100, I was alive in Baldur's Gate when the Balspawn first arose. I was barely aware of it, locked in the kennels as a young spawn. Rather thrilling. I get to watch the bloodshed firsthand. I felt very unfashionable missing out last time. I won't lie. The thought hardly fills me with glee. Even with my newfound advantages, he's still an incredibly powerful vampire. But he's arrogant, too. If he does hear I'm back, he'll try to take me and expose himself in the process. Then I'll be able to strike. It's something of a gamble, true, but if I can win, if I can beat him, it would be worth any risk. So yes, I do worry about facing him. But if we can get his attention, finding the ritual's location will be much easier, and that could give me the edge I need.
Fucking shapeshifter. She'll try to break our best asset, our trust. Fortunately, she's no match for our second best asset, me. That's a heavy weight. I know you can carry it, but it's heavy all the same. You are so much more than your parents. You're more than the affliction that wants to consume you. You are my friend. And you get to choose your destiny. Choose well, all right? Please.
So Bal's chosen is a doppelganger. I should not be surprised. They have ever been among his favorite servants. Orin is testing you. Either she thinks herself a predator, playing with her food, or she fears what you might do. She spoke to you in a rather familiar fashion. More shapeshifter mind games, I suppose. Ah. This all begins to ring a little too familiar for my liking. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Balspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government, aid his rise to power. But Orin, he's more predator than politician, I think. She simply wants to make us feel hunted, isolated. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gortash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should leverage that. You think me lonely? In truth, I prefer travel in a small pack such as this. Unburdened by numbers, we're free to act rather than react. A little like the old days. With allies every bit as peculiar. Give or take a few tadpoles. Would you? In time, then. Perhaps once you found a rocking chair for me to doze off in.
Orin's little display was just intended to rattle us. We mustn't let her succeed, but need to stay alert all the same. I suppose that makes you quite remarkable. Though not in a way I'd envy, perhaps. From what little I can recall hearing of Baal's mortal children, not all succumb to his influence. Perhaps you can still resist your nature, if you want to.
Orin toys with us where she could destroy us. Whatever her motivations, I hope she reveals them quickly. A Baal spawn? Gosh. I know what it is to have a closer connection than most with the gods. But with Baal, that's not a bond I'd like to be bound with. You should be careful. Very, very careful.
While she lives, Orin will continue to terrorize us, and soon she will make good on her threats. She thinks we are weak, afraid, vulnerable. We need to prove her wrong. I am not on edge. I am alert, as you should be too. Orin could be anywhere, could be anyone. Her aim will be to erode our trust in one another. We cannot let that happen. We need to watch over each other, now more than ever.
Tell me, or show me. My mind is open to you.
Exposed to the limitless horror of your dreadful imagination, Minthara's mind buckles, snaps, and then burns hot. She absorbs every detail, whether memory or dream, and drinks deep of them. You sense a desire in her equal in strength to your darkest urge.
Elghor, Duktak, Slayer. There are many names for you, and all of them inspire dread. You are exquisite. I know. We must find the Temple of Baal, slaughter Orin, and claim your inheritance. Yes. I only know it through history books and hearsay. A city of murder and grief. It is already living up to the legend. From the still, dark waters of Lake Donegarten to the black academies of Tierbresh, it is a city of wonders and terror. But it is not my home anymore. If I were to return, I would be denied all of its wonders and shown only the terror. I am a daughter of Menzoberranzan's most ancient and powerful house, the Bainray. I lived a life of privilege and danger. My home was at the tallest point of Cuel Arzol, the place of the nobles, a plateau high above the city's sprawl. I enjoyed every luxury, whether harvested in the Underdark or stolen from the surface, and I survived my first assassination attempt while I still suckled at my mother's breast. I tasted her blood that day. She covered my body with her own, and a blade bit deep into her chest, almost puncturing her heart. When I came of age, she tried to take my life herself. And I gave her fresh scars to match those she earned protecting me. I expect so. If the world were to end, I think my mother would survive to rule over the ruins. Yes. My house trained me to be a soldier in Lolth's service, and my mother showed me how to survive the perils of society. She taught me to be resilient, and to guard my heart from those who cannot be trusted, literally and figuratively. When I choose to let somebody close, I do not do so lightly. That gives a great depth of meaning to the bonds I do share.
Orin, Skvar! Burn away the shadows she hides in, tear off her mask, and you'd reveal her for what she is, a shivering child. I'm not surprised. You've become death incarnate. Mighty, yes, and altogether unpredictable and intractable. One day, perhaps soon, Baal will demand your fealty. You'll either muster the strength to defy him, or you will succumb. I know how I'd choose.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
hero at heart. Welcome. You see to peruse the special goods, I take it.
Still alive, so that's progress. Still breathing, despite everything. Eager for battle. I've got a long road ahead.
The pride of the gate.
I bet that's where he keeps. You did me a. That old bonebag Ketherick had some fancy junk stashed behind all the cobwebs, and would I try to fool a sharpie like you? Have a look. Stay away from.
Let the kid come. He wants to teach them refugees a lesson, right?
Right. Baldur's Gate is for Baldurians. What's the harm in one night? My dad said I'm not allowed.
Robbers are usually starve here, starve they take your gold, but they leave your ribs intact. People will help.
Hi! Or maybe you look like you know how to use a... Oh, yay! Want more?
Do we have a target?
Let's move.
Defender of the people.
Let's get going.
You're the one who took a beating.
You have my word.
Good. I was just starting to miss the sound of your voice. I'd join you, but things are lead the way then.
What do you remember? Eye color, hairstyle, accent, anything.
By papers to enter the city. They were big. And they were angry.
I don't think they will. I'll give them a piece of my mind.
Outraged.
Citizens only. I won't say it again.
There must be something.
Eager for battle.
I am listening.
My faith protects me.
Can't give up now. Breathe deep and move.
your death.
Someone was arranging these corpses. What for? Colourful torso, torn and butchered. Callow dribbles. Looks like these people were trying to hide in the tunnels here.
Without much success based on the evidence.
What's that?
That might be worth a look. Just another crate. So much blood. Must be where Father Logan was slaughtered.
Look, I need to finish up here. Lots of soup to clean up. Blood, too. Looks like a room key, maybe? Nothing in here, that's for sure. Look, I need to finish up here. Lots of soup to clean up. Oh, good. More blood to clean up, I suppose.
Yes? Can I help you? Thank you. Ilmater smiles upon us this day. But feel free to look around the temple. The killing happened in the kitchen cellar. Could be a good place to start. Valeria never found the murder weapon. That would be definitive proof that they missed something. Logan's in the room behind us, with Sister Rose. Brilgor's buried out back, through the kitchen and the dormitories.
To decide who deserves Ilmater. We let more outsiders in, and more Baldurians die. Duke Stelmane, Father Lorcan, it's no coincidence.
We have faith here, Bill. Faith in people, no matter where they're from.
Who had more faith than Father Lorcan? How did that work out? Exactly. Lorcan let a killer into our temple due to his misguided compassion. His faith got him murdered.
Bill, I beg you, be quiet. Even sinners receive Ilmater's grace, and Father Lorcan knew that. We don't pick and choose who we aid. Father Lorcan instructed us to welcome everyone. That was his edict. That is Ilmater's edict.
All I'm saying is we'd be a lot better off without murderous refugees roaming the...
Enough, Bill. I'm sorry you had to witness our squabbling. Our temple is open to you. Walk well.
More against Father Lorcan. If you're looking for a handout, try...
Times may...
What ails you? Marsh fever? Feather lung? Be quick, I've not got all day. What do you want to know? I reckon Investigator Valeria is right. One of the refugees killed him. Cruelly, too. They cut off his hand, sawed right through the bone. I found a paralytic poison on one of his wounds. Logan was alive while they took the hand. He just couldn't scream. It's sick. We give them everything, and all we get is nothing but a good man to bury. Please, leave me be. I've got an awful lot to get done.
loved Father Logan as you did, we would never hurt him. He has nothing to do with his death. I don't want to leave.
I know.
Woof! Ah, you speak, which means you're not a dog. So, what the hell are you doing in my kennels? Found him, did you? I can't say I'm surprised. Gomwick never kept him on a tight leash. Bring him here, and I'll give him a once-over for you. Check him for worms and so on.
Oh, yes, please. I'd love to see him.
He's a good dog. We'd both love to see him again. It's the only way to teach him. He behaves worse than the dogs and makes more of a mess.
Front page material.
Might be worth a look.
Pigeons are very sensitive. They can't fly straight if they're disturbed.
pigeon carries itself with an air of dignity, its mannerisms stern and commanding. You bow low and graciously, but the pigeon has no appreciation for your courtesy. The pigeon avoids your outstretched hand. It glares at you. The bird coos its approval, yet you noticed it flinched at the sight of your hand. The bird stares, eyes filled with fury. Perhaps your open hands are a symbol the bird has learned to hate.
Shh! No talking! You'll frighten the birds.
Assume nothing.
The pigeon carries itself with an air of dignity, its mannerisms. The bird coos its approval, yet you noticed it flinched at the sight of your hand. Your threats have no effect. This is an unflappable pigeon. The pigeon carries itself with an air of... The bird coos its approval, yet you noticed it with the offending articles out of sight. The bird is back at ease. No harm done.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Don't suppose you've, stumbled across those letters yet? Much appreciated.
When's the last time you changed the straw? Filled the water troughs? Anything.
Arguing with the god.
I don't care how big this conspiracy.
Our readers will be outraged. Ah, are you trying to get into the city? Got a minute to tell me about your experience at the gate today? I'm Lens, roving reporter for the Baldur's Mouth Gazette. My editor sent me to cover the drama out here at the gate. He wants some fluff piece about the heroic Steel Watch keeping the mob at bay, whether or not that's the truth or not. That the refugees here are desperate, hungry, scared people. They're no mob. They just want to be safe. I've heard the rumours. Absolutists marching from Moonrise Towers. Whole towns felled by strange curses. It's no wonder they ran. Of course, I can't write any of that. My editor only releases stories his friend Lord Gortash approves of, and he's very selective. At the Gazette's print house, though it's in the lower city, so you'll need to get past the gates first. Come to think of it, You remind me of someone he was writing a piece about. You, might want to speak to him about that. Set the record straight before the ink is dry, so to speak. Now, if you don't mind, I've got some edits to make.
For the good of the people.
Halt! By orders of Lord Gortash, refugees are no longer allowed in the city. Turn around. Or do you have the means to support yourself? Sure. Now turn around and stop wasting my time. Next! Halt! By orders of Lord Gortash, refugee, or do you have the means to support yourself? Sure.
I think. I heard he's a good man.
Let us talk to him. Please, if you could just...
I won't let anything happen to you.
Which means we're getting a real room.
can crack that open.
You've been pulling all-nighters to keep watch. I know you have. Which means we're getting a real...
Might be useful.
I don't mind it. Honestly.
Well, I do. Which means we're getting a real...
Nothing happens until he's found.
Sir, good, sir. Give me 3 days and... Oh, Apologies. Thought you were someone else. Greetings, so forth, so on. The landlord, Sir Frago Antuna. A most generous soul, I assure you.
Not long before we leave scouring places like this. Part of me will miss.
Bloomin' hell, you look famished. I've got some victuals that'll warm you right up. Have a skeg at these. That should do you.
The master plans to expand his territory. Hey, candle.
Dumped a lot of them.
Maybe even are.
Give me strength.
Shortages. Rationing. We can't leave anything to chance.
What are you thinking? Here. Haven't even got inside yet. I am not going inside.
Welcome to... A weary traveller, battered and bruised. You come for sustenance, no, decadence. A mien cool as ice, yet eyes burning hot. Oh yes, I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip, she gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you? Am I? Your eyes tell a story, sweeting. You crave more than pleasure, you crave penance. It's Fionn you seek, our stern librarian. She isn't here today, alas. Your penance must wait. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your sin. Sweeting, I'm no fortune teller. If I had a crystal ball, I promise I'd already have consulted it. Truth is, Fionn's gone well missing. And my hands may be skillful, but they were not made to turn every last stone she might be hiding behind. To service is my calling, not to be served. Ugh. But I'd be a fool to say no. The girl kept my coffers near overflowing. 2 flights up, then turn right, and right again. That's Fionn's pleasure room, Elminster's library. Here, take the key.
I sense some hesitation.
Makes him the inventor. How about we settle on the Gondians and Gortash invented them?
I'd give up a kidney for a tour of the Steelwatch Foundry. As if
leather-like.
Safe to take.
Up
You're
there,
absolutely sure.
Danthalon's dancing axe. The Harper Safe House Jahira mentioned.
Let's go to Calm's Gums. She has the most fabulous scent. It's perfect for a shirt.
Lying. This armor was... Did you see how far that watcher threw me?
You told me the armor was a bargain.
I can't believe you tried to climb up one, you madman.
Hells! Not this again.
The brain appears to be resisting its masters. It's acting of its own will.
Actually, Gortash invented the steel
Darling,
watch?
it's very leather-like.
No, he merely introduced it. Can't be.
Hello! Hi! Over here! Me!
How about we settle on the Gondians and...
Ahoy, stranger! Thanks for stopping by Calm's Gums. I'm Calm. Well, Carmen. What can I do you for? Ugh. If it's empty patty you want, get your clothes from my brother Figaro. But if it's genuine quality and genuine taste you're after, Calm's Gums has you covered. You wouldn't either, if you knew him like I did. Since Dad died, he thinks he's cock of the bloody walk, that I should give up my shop and work for family business. For him, dick. Maybe you should keep your nose out of where it doesn't bloody belong. Now, you want clothes or not? Sounds good. Get you something a bit fresher than your current outfit. Remember.
Put him up! Put him up! Yay! You spoke to me! Nobody ever talks to me! My name's Narber, adventurer to be, soon to be the best adventurer anyone's ever seen. As soon as I figure out what kind of adventurer I want to be. What do you think? Can I be a fighter? Whew! I was hoping you'd say that. To tell you the truth, I don't actually like hurting people very much, or getting hurt. It's a good job I ran into you.
I'm sure I have some suede lying around here.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Did you get to look at their gyrometics? Or their targeting module? Let the man breathe. That watch is flying. Did you see how far? I can't believe you tried to climb up one, you madman. What I wouldn't give to be steal.
some good old-fashioned cotton.
Lying. Did you see how far that watcher threw me? Not like that.
Well, no shopping for us. Do not give my
I sense some hesitation in you. Speak, good sir.
Doesn't make any sense.
It will when you've met the drow.
Was that human boy insisting on playing his acoustic version?
I've made. And they just ate it off each other's asses.
These four walls are our world. Just felt so distracted recently.
Even if you had it, what in the hell's good to it? Think
Indolence breeds madness.
Awaiting orders.
There is work to do.
No one stopped me yet.
Every substance has been tried and tested by yours.
Wearing armor. It's in the time I'm at the
Glorying as my daughter married us.
Let the drow.
Oh, Father, give me strength.
You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes, give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You,
do not have it. And you never will.
The Kithrak? What deal would he make with this devil?
You must help me, Raphael. For the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Lae'zel, Talak Magir. The devil holds the key to freeing the Gith people. Right here, right now. You could seal our fate. Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
That was no party trick. Somebody's missing, can't you tell? That illithid you keep in your pocket can't hear us anymore. I brought you here because I'm true to my word, and I can make all of this tadpole business go away, which means you and your lovely friends can remain blessedly free of tentacles. Let us speak plain. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far, but no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you, and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though. In a manner of speaking. But it's the one inside the prison that you need, not the illithid, the Gith. I can give you the means to break him free.
Speak, devil. We're listening.
I suppose you'd rather suck on the Emperor's tentacles till the end of your days? Orpheus is your only hope of surviving this horror show without devolving into an illithid. To you, he will be a friend. After all, you're at war with an Elder Brain. The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now. Such an eager little pup. Surely you realize there is an exchange to be made. You scratch my back, I scratch your parasite. Power. You free Orpheus, and in doing so save the city, the Sword Coast, perhaps the whole world, and your own precious skin too. And you give me the crown that dominates the Elder Brain. And you, Lae'zel of Kalir, want to free the Forgotten Prince, do you not?
I want nothing more.
Then it is settled, is it not? A crown for a hammer. A bargain of a lifetime, Lae'zel of Kalir. Power. Ancient and full of wonder. I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Karsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky, like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting, and Karsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Karsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me. Oh, I'm sorry, you were serious? The crown has laid low all who attempt to harness its power. Arch-wizards, emperors, gods. It would tear you apart. The Hells require order to function. It is what separates us from mortals and demons. With the crown, I would impose perfect order, unity, efficiency, control. My kingdom would control its borders and stay within them. It was stolen from right under my nose all those centuries ago. The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years, for a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play. Yes, it does. Especially when I see what a bloody mess they've made of their whole scheme. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Carsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the Hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
Skvar! We should do as the devil asks. The Prince of the Comet must rise again.
How short-sighted. Much better to put it into the right hands. Hands that will ensure it is removed from this world. And it's the only way you can ensure that you remain part of this world. Right here, you'll find everything is in order. The moment I have your signature, you will have the means to free Orpheus. The hammer. You guarantee the crown will be mine once the brain is defeated, and I swear that I will never use the crown to dominate a mortal. I will come to collect. If you refuse to give me the crown, I collect your souls instead. And then we all gather in the House of Hope. Me dressed in my finest silks, you skinless, hanging from a hook to watch as your world dies. Perfect. One more rhyme, for old time's sake. The master was slain within his own house. They dined on him both, the cat and the mouse. The hammer is yours. You will find yourself in Orpheus's presence before the end comes. When you do, shatter the chains that hold him. Be sure to keep the hammer safe until then. Your survival depends on it. And I'll keep your contract safe in my House of Hope. I'll be seeing you, and when I do, we dine.
The ink has barely dried, yet you feel a growing disquiet at what exactly you just signed. Perhaps a diabolus can offer some comfort. Or a way out. For a devil's bargain is a hard one to break.
I'd sooner have imagined shattering a planet with my bare fist than taking a deal with a devil. But we shouldn't regret the bargain, not for one instant. Raphael can have his crown, if it means breaking Prince Orpheus free. The prince will be suspicious, but he won't be reckless enough to turn on his liberators. There'd be too little to gain from our deaths, and too much to lose. Now, to the Shares's Caress taproom. We must tell Voss the news.
So, a deal's been struck with Raphael, at least. He certainly drew out his sales pitch for long enough.
There you are. I thought I'd lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts. I can understand that. There's reprieve in solitude. But it's concerning that something could intervene like that, especially when we are so close to the Elder Brain. Do you have any idea what it was? feel it. Then perhaps my protection. But I was sure. Never mind. We must press on. I will bolster your mental defenses and make sure this doesn't happen again.
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine. With a flick of the wrist. Tell me, am I beautiful?
More than beautiful. You are the aurora stretched across the north skies. You are the golden dunes swept across the Kalim. You are the fruit of the forbidden palm, soft on my skin, sweet on my tongue. You are my sin and salvation.
Your parasite stirs, and you gaze at the nymph through the flaming fist's hungry eyes. Your muscles shiver with her longing. Your skin burns with her heat.
What's wrong, Jara?
What are you? Wait, I know you.
I don't understand. What's...
Your face. The Absolute has shown me.
Jara, what's going on? Who's this woman?
Your head screams in agony. The change has come. Pustules boiling beneath your skin, your bones twisting, your flesh rupturing. And suddenly, silence.
What's happening?
Yes? Understood.
I will ascend.
You bow, or you
Hells. I'd heard tales of mind flayers. Talons sharp as daggers, and tentacles yet more fearsome. But no tale did justice to its ethereal beauty. It floats like a butterfly. Its blood shimmers like silver. How could I help it? I don't regret its death. but I marvel that such a work of art could ever live.
Her gaze intensifies. Your breath quickens and your heart skips a beat. The woman's senses are heightened and her fire stoked. The mind flayer is no mere curiosity, but an object of desire.
Why should I deny it? My urge is as natural as the grape upon the vine. But perhaps there are other flavors that might satisfy my palate. Not sex. Something far more intoxicating. Rapture. Close your eyes and listen.
You see only darkness. Her voice shines through it, warmer than the sun, yet cooler than night.
The all-being. Here, there is no suffering. Here, you want for nothing. Here, you are anything. You have one word. Tell me, what will you be? You are more than contented. You are at total peace. Your belly is full. Your mind rested. Your eyes bright. No more will you hear the clang of steel on steel. No more will you fear the cry of a wolf, the growl of an ogre. You are warm. You are safe.
Your flesh shivers, your heart bursts. True ecstasy for one fleeting moment.
Open your eyes. I'll remember you, and you'll remember me.
They boys just nervous, but don't worry. Everyone is
Whatever for? Does the hand not assist the lips? The lips the tongue? If your mighty Mars needs some...
I got it. I got it. And thanks.
Of course. Set your worries at ease. You're in safe hands.
Doesn't make any sense.
It will when you've met the drow.
Hey! You paid Raphael a visit. I want to hear all about it.
Your pleasure is mine, sweeting.
place I'd remember if I'd seen it. Welcome to Sharess's Caress. What can Hoots do for you, stranger? You got a taste for ale, I reckon? Or maybe... Ah, forget it. My new brew could drop you in the wink of a spectator's eye. You got it, but the new hooch is off limits. Can't have the mams all leaping down my throat if I go burning yours. Pleasure to serve.
Play it.
Voss, friend to the comet.
Lae'zel of Kalir, warrior of warriors. Tell me you took the devil's deal. Tell me you will free Gith's heir.
The hammer? How can it be that you came to possess it? Was it Raphael?
The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from the Lich Queen's tyranny. Can it be? Will the mighty Prince Orpheus soon illuminate the astral plane?
Gith's son will soon ride against Vlaakith, Voss, and I will follow him into battle.
And you will wield the greatest gift Mother Gith ever granted her dauntless children.
A silver sword. I will carry it for the honor of Gith, the great liberator, and her unforgotten son.
Istik, now that you have the hammer, you must find a way to enter the astral prism. Once inside, smash Orpheus's bonds. His cry will shake the plains, and I will fly to your aid. The Prince of the Comet will sear the heavens again. Let the Lich Queen tremble.
Think again. I will not permit your entry. No, there is not.
Questions, Istik? You seem to be lost in thought. The Prince of the Comet aches for Githyanki liberation more than he abhors Geich. He might seethe when you free him. He might gnash his teeth and slander your name. But he will see reason. I promise you. Yes, but you will meet this challenge, as you've met so many others.
Rid of that brute.
Can't keep me out.
on all fours and...
Such a prude. Why does bronze crossing have...
Don't want to draw any attention. Couple turns should do it.
We should return for the ceremony.
We have time. The runaway is still missing after all. Nothing happens until he's found. Just think. One more mark, then we can go.
The Master said we have enough. The Black Mass is ready to begin.
It's not for the Master. It's for me. I want a beating heart there, ready for me when the Mass is complete. And we're finally granted our freedom. After 200 years of rats, I think we deserve a real drink.
There is no time. We are expected back at the palace.
Relax. The Black Mass won't start until Master drags Astarion from whatever hole he's hiding in. We have time to find one more person. Well, hello, beautiful. Aren't you a sight to behold?
You must excuse my brother. He forgets that we have a very pressing engagement.
You must excuse my sister. She's a terrible bore. But you look like someone who enjoys a party. There's a celebration being held in the palace of Cazador Zar. Why not join us? Great! The palace looks out over the lower city. You won't be able to miss it.
Forgive us for not escorting you there, but my brother and I must attend to another matter first.
Yes, dear sister, I know we have places to be. We'll leave once our good friends here have departed. I look forward to seeing you at the palace, though. It'll be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I promise. Long before we leave scouring places like this behind, part of me will miss it.
I will not. It is our chance to start over, and I will gladly do so.
It is you. Most definitely not anyone else. The salutations and hello and what? Fionn, one of Mamselle's girls, who laughs like a star's twinkle. Not seen her for a 10-day. 10 days and 4 bells to be precise. Not that I'm counting. Missing? I hadn't thought her missing, just not here. Or elsewhere. Oh. I suppose that's like missing, but with extra words. You don't suppose the murderer who's on the loose got hold of her? Oh, goodness, no. It's too horrible to imagine.
Confuses me for a moment.
Just think. Done on our skin. After all this time.
Now, what do you reckon, lass? You trust these steel watcher thingamajigs? Aye, I'll second that. It's all right where we can get work repairing them, but what happens when they build something else to do that? It's no good, I tell you.
Chance to start over, and I will gladly do so.
You sense watchful eyes upon you. Perhaps some locks are better left unpicked.
Hear me.
Just think. Soon we'll feel the sun on our skin. After all this time.
Not long before we leave scouring places like this behind. Part of me will miss it.
I will not. It is our chance to start over.
Sharese's caress isn't just about wetting your whistle. It's dancing, nerd. Oh my God, truly.
If it'll make you feel better, then fine. 15 roses.
He has the most fabulous sendal. It's perfect for a chef.
Person with Gortash invented the steel watch. His armor was pricey. No, he merely offered
He told me
patronage.
the armor was a bargain.
Welcome to Danthilon's don't draw any trouble on old Enthal. He acts like he's up for it, but he's retired for a reason.
Greetings, sir. Your noble bearing brings a little class to my humble establishment. How may I be of service? Your father bless you.
Now here's someone who appreciates the finer things. Welcome, sir. Stop. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Now you've just sampled some of Baldur's Gate's finest incense. Delicious, no? Aren't they just? You clearly have excellent taste. What can I do for you, sir? I must say I'm rather proud of it. The wood panelling cost a fortune, but it's so worth it for the luxe atmosphere it provides. Everything alchemical from potions to poisons. Just do make sure you read the label before quaffing. Be sure to... Better be cautious.
Wonder what's past this.
You are not Chihira. I was hoping to greet the High Harper beneath Saluna's tears.
You have the lad a little nervous. You're the one toppled Ketheric out in the Shadowlands, no?
Geraldus isn't nervous. He's terrified. And he's using Saluna's tears as some kind of code.
Stare at me. Study me. This Harper's face bores me. Perhaps I'll steal yours next.
Bloody doppelgangers! Morse contact!
Lila Lurl.
Take you. Take you.
Victory awaits. I will not know failure.
Shouldn't have made me your enemy.
No mercy.
Owen's doppelgangers. How many has she brought to Bal's side, I wonder?
Thank you. I'm alive. That's more than the others can say. You're the one High Harper Jaheira sent. Right. Equal to the High Harper. You can give her my report, then. The others... they're all dead. Or scattered. Jaheira sent word of the victory over Ketheric. Set us hunting after the cultists in the city, but they were the ones hunting us. Things were quiet. Until we started to ask about the Rashomar.
Rashomar, a native of Rashomon, the far eastern land known for its wild inhabitants and the witches who rule them.
You saw it. The cult fell on my friends and took their faces. All because Jaheira sent is searching for him. Just tell her this. I can't continue the hunt. Whatever the cult has done with the Rashomar, they do not want him found.
Let's go to college.
Don't give me trouble now. Don't mind if I do.
In a word, sir. Exquisite. Like what?
Let's just stick to the list.
If the Absolute's army slay Siege, they won't care about stupid this. We have to.
enjoyed it. So I had no less than 2 maidens and a bachelor.
We're shopping for a suit. Dinner with my parents, remember?
Simply astonishing.
Speak, so long as you have something sensible to say. Thorin knows the hunt. In one stroke, she places the Harpers beyond our reach. Separates us from our pack. Until we know who the false facers are, we cannot trust anyone beyond ourselves. A shame of mine. Redoubled because I did not tell you everything sooner. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashiman?
Your ruined brain lurches and bilious intestines squirm. A hero, an enemy most foul.
Or a stalwart friend to one? That depends entirely on the bowspawn. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We've fought at one another's backs times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die. Before we ever heard of this Absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsk charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day. And would again. The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far. But it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsk's either. As simply as that? For no other reason than that I asked? Perhaps you two will get along. Oh, the point is moot without a means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself with this damned city.
Queen Vlakith. Skra!
You are a Sherlock, and still you speak my name.
I've seen the captive Orpheus with my own eyes. Spoken to Gestil Kithrak Voss. You lied to us. Enslaved us.
The betrayer Voss lies! I have only a moment, and you, Hashalak, will listen. We are Githyanki. We move mountains. We snuff out stars. We shake the plains. The traitor Voss has lied to you. The heretic prince would shatter us in an instant. The great dominion shrunk to the head of a pin.
Can this be true? Is the Githyanki prince really a threat to his own people? Or simply a challenge to Vlaakith's rule?
Return to the astral prism. Slay Orpheus the Pretender. Serve me, and I will ascend you. You will be no mere warrior, nor Kithrak. You will be Barta Vlaakith, commander of dragons. My only, my chosen. A final chance. Kneel before me. Make your promise.
Lae'zel's thoughts become yours. The sight of Orpheus looms over her mind. Voss's words echo within it. She means to forever turn her back on Vlaakith.
I gave you my faith, and you called me traitor. I gave you my life, and you ordered your knights to hunt me. I have witnessed too much, and you have given me too little. Finally, I can see. Orpheus will live, and I will hear his creed. This is my word.
Your word is nothing! You are nothing! The Kithraki will bring you. I will tear your flesh from your bones and devour your skull's marrow while you beg for death. I will consume you. I will unmake you.
It is done. There is no going back. As long as the Undying Queen reigns, I am never to soar unbound over the astral sea, never to cross the one in the void. As it should be. Better a short life built on truth than immortality woven of lies. Better to unite the Githyanki under a prince who would free their minds and honor their bodies. So why do I feel so bitter?
Loss. It permeates every corner of Lae'zel's mind. Everything she knew to be true, every plan and aspiration she ever held has been painfully ripped away. Lae'zel's bitterness is born of sadness. She is mourning the loss of the person she once was, and can never be again.
know hate. It seeds and distills into molten rock, forever rattling in the belly. But I've never known this. I feel no heat, no cold. I bear neither fangs nor talon. There is only absence. No matter. I am Vlaakith's child no more. I have been born anew in Gith's son, my savior. And so from the old battle cries is birthed another. Shema Salar Orpheus, Ma Stilnar Forgin in Yeri. Orpheus's will above all. May the comet blaze my path forward. Orpheus's freedom is my want and my need. To deny his freedom would be to deny my own. There will come a time when I can think about myself beyond the Lich Queen who enslaves the Githyanki and the prince who would liberate them. But that time won't come until the Prince of the Comet flies again. Vlaakith's left hand and her right. Commander of all dragons, chosen of the Queen Regent. Not since Vlaakith I has a Bart of Vlaakith been anointed. Another empty promise. Only a naive fool would believe otherwise. The kind of fool I was not so long ago. We hammer Orpheus free from his chains at our first chance. Orpheus Tavki Nazin.
We just played host to an undying queen. Oh, and thus without our fine silverware. Lae'zel has courage turning her back on a lifetime's belief. As for us, best we stay out of interplanar politics, I think. Orpheus is on his own. But should Great Vlaakith come to settle a score with Lae'zel, well, I might be convinced to kill her. Undying or not, she was very loud. There might be, but it's not a path I tread until we must. Let it wait until the city proper. Perhaps I'll have had a better idea by then.
Soldier, my engine. It hurts. I think this might be it. Soon. Things burning hotter than I knew it could. I want us both to be ready if... well, if we can't fix me. Here, here. And hey, kicking his ass might burn off a bit of this extra heat. Let's go home. It's about damn time. Damn! It can't have been easy for Lae'zel to stand up to Vlaakith like that. But there's nothing that woman can't do.
So, Lae'zel's finally seen the light and turned on her mistress. It took a little time, but she got there. Though it's not over yet. Masters rarely let their slaves go without a fight.
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldur? As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1, create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2, shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3, bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood. Vlaakith's a fearsome one. The sort it's hard to say no to. But Lae'zel said it anyway, to her immense credit. She's choosing truth. She's choosing freedom. For her, for Orpheus, for the Githyanki people. I wish I knew a good Githyanki cheer to celebrate the occasion, but the only gift phrases I've picked up are the sweary sort. Always good to talk, my friend.
If our traveling companions continue to make poor choices, we will soon have every god in this plane and the next hunting us. Lae'zel risks everything with her childish rebellion. I do not want a devil to hold my fate in his hands any more than a god. I say we put the devil from our minds and trust in ourselves. If anyone should have the power of the crown, it should be us.
No time to waste.
And handing it over to a devil will be a way to prevent it? Come now. You're many things, but never that naive. For now, our plan must remain the same. We go to Sorcerer's Sundries and learn about that crown. And pray the devil doesn't get there first. Glad to see I'm not the only one on the wrong side of an omnipotent authority figure. Lae'zel did well to break free of Vlaakith's manipulations, though I doubt Vlaakith will let such insubordination go unpunished.
A
didn't think I'd live to see the day when Lae'zel turned her back on Vlaakith. But all things considered, good for her. Of course. Nervous, perhaps? When we entered Worm's Crossing, it felt like it might be the beginning of the end. Whatever happens, I'm glad it's with you next to me.
Fine. What's on your mind?
No notes. You've exceeded my every expectation. Even if I could have made it this far without you, I don't think I'd have wanted to.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
How did you? Oh, it's you. I must have let my mind wander. Enough for you to wander in. Forgive me. I am drained. Ever since you killed Ketheric and took his netherstone, the Chosen's control of the brain has been brittle. It's rebelling against Orin and Gortash fiercely. I suspected that when we took Ketheric's stone, the brain would begin to break free. Those brain quakes confirm that my suspicion was correct. I do not know what happens now when it receives their orders, and I do not dare guess.
You feel the Emperor's fear as if it were your own. An Elder Brain enslaved is one thing. An Elder Brain unleashed will be the end of everything.
Beautiful, isn't it? The mighty Prince Orpheus, contained in submissive slumber. Come. You may as well sit a while, now that you are here. Your company isn't unwelcome. Trying to guard us. The brain is restless, but I am distracted, and my lack of focus is endangering us. I'm haunted by memories. They are relentless. I can think of nothing. No one else. Indeed. Duke Stelmane, or as I knew her, Belin, when she was alive. You thought you were my first ally. Far from it. I have long sought the allyship of others. It is the only way to succeed. Though my relationship with Belin was different. from my relationship with you. In a way, but not the way you're thinking of. In life, she was my business partner, back when we ran the Knights of the Shield. A difficult task for a mind flayer. Duke Stelmane trusted me, and the city trusted her. I conceived the plot, but Belin took center stage. It was she who met with the merchants, politicians, and patriarchs. It was she who negotiated deals and signed off on agreements. Her rooms played host to the most important conversations in the city. Together, we brought order to chaos. At its height, everything that happened in that city went through the shield. Through us. I could not have done any of it without her. Just as I cannot do any of this without you. But now, she is gone. And yet, you hurt them. You think that mind flayers are soulless husks who feel nothing. Belin thought the same at first. You are wrong. Feeling is vital to the pursuit of anyone's goals. Even the mind flayers. Like you, mind flayers know fear. Like you, we crave recognition. But unlike you, unlike the others of my kind, I am no slave to either. My end is and always has been freedom. Belin understood this. Belin became my freedom. I am glad you were able to learn something. Another quake. The brain is rebelling again. I need to focus.
I'm no expert, but I don't think vampire spawn should be able to do that.